Hi friends, welcome back to my channel and a very special welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen. I'm a certified weight loss and nutrition coach and it is Monday, so it's meal prep day. I actually have 4 recipes for you this week. Spoiler alert, they're all really good. You'll find them on my recipe website. I will link that at the top of the description box, as well as nutrition coaching. Highly recommend those custom macros. That is what I followed to lose and maintain my 140-pound weight loss, as well as one-on-one coaching for questions, accountability, or to talk with me directly. Links, discounts to my favorite things, and come join our Facebook group. We would love to have you, are all down in that description box. So let's get started on this week's meal prep. For breakfast this week, I'm making hash brown crusted bacon and cheddar quiche. I'm so excited about this. I probably will pair this with a side of fruit. So let me show you what you'll need for the quiche. You're going to need light butter, frozen shredded hash browns. Just make sure that they are thawed, salt and pepper, light shredded cheese of your choice, eggs, whole milk, an onion, chives. You can do fresh chives or dried chives. And then again, bacon of your choice. This is the Columbus turkey bacon from Costco. So I have 20 ounces of my thawed frozen hash browns. I'm going to add half of a cup of light shredded cheese and some salt and pepper. And then we're going to stir this together. You're going to want an 8x8 baking dish lightly sprayed with cooking spray. We're going to add our hash browns and then press them into place. That's basically going to form the crust of our quiche. Then we're going to toss this into the freezer for about an hour. To my skillet, I added 2 tablespoons of light butter and my diced up onions. We're going to allow these to saute down. You want to get them nice and caramelized.
1 hour later.
I'm going to put the frozen crust for the quiche in the oven at 425 degrees for about 15 minutes. We basically want to par bake the hash browns and then we'll set that aside to slightly cool. To a bowl, I'm going to crack in 6 large eggs. And then half of a cup of whole milk. And whisk that all together. These look so good. We're going to add in the caramelized onions, our diced up 4 slices of bacon, chives, or dried chives if you're using dried, and then 1 cup of light shredded cheese. Then stir all of that together. Once your hash browns have cooled a bit, we're going to add the egg mixture right on top. I reduced the heat to 375. Our quiche is going back in for 20 to 25 minutes or until the eggs are set. So I just pulled the quiche out of the oven. This looks and smells so good. Those caramelized onions are going to add a little bit of sweetness, cheese, bacon, fresh chives, lots of protein. This is a complete breakfast. Carbs, protein, healthy fat. Like I said, I'll probably pair this with some fruit. So I'll go ahead and put serving size, points, calories, macros here on the screen for you. For my lunch this week, or part of my lunch, I am making Mexican street corn pasta salad. I'm going to pair this with some protein. I have real good chicken nuggets. I have a lot of protein options. So this is basically going to be the side. So let me show you what you'll need. So first you're going to need pasta of your choice. As always, I'm using Fiber Gourmet. I love Fiber Gourmet. It's only 100 to 110 calories per serving. Half the calories, half the points of regular pasta. 24 grams of fiber, 7 grams of protein. Tastes just like regular pasta. It's the best, I think, for an alternative to just traditional pasta. And I love that there's fiber and protein. I buy my Fiber Gourmet off of Nutrition. I do have a 10% discount. I will link it down below for you. You're also going to need some corn. You can use corn on the cob or canned corn. I'm doing canned corn. It's much easier. And then you'll need garlic powder, chili powder, cilantro. You can also use fresh cilantro. Light mayonnaise, light sour cream, Cojita cheese or queso fresco. I'm going with Cojita, a lime, and some salt and pepper. So the first thing you're going to do is cook your pasta per package instructions. So you're going to add your corn to a sheet pan and we're going to roast it in the oven to get it a little bit brown and crispy. While the corn is in the oven, our pasta is cooking, we're going to make the chili lime sauce or dressing for the street corn pasta. So I have half of a cup of light mayo, 1 cup of light sour cream. We're going to zest in the entire lime and then cut it in half because we're also going to use the lime juice. And then we want a couple tablespoons of lime juice, so I'm going to go ahead and squeeze in both halves of my lime. And then we're adding garlic powder, chili powder, and then the recipe calls for cayenne. I am not adding that. Too spicy for me. The chili powder will be plenty of spice. And then a little bit of salt and pepper. And stir that together. You can use a little bit of milk or water if needed to get the right consistency. So my pasta is done, drained, cooled. Here's my corn. I'm going to add that directly to the pasta. I did salt and pepper my corn as well before I threw it in the oven. Mix that in with the pasta. I am going to let it cool just a little bit longer. Then we're going to add in the sour cream mayo mixture and stir that in really well before we add in the cheese and the cilantro. And we're adding in 1 cup of cheese. Again, you can use cojita cheese or queso fresco. And then we're going to add in our cilantro, fresh or dried. So here's what the pasta looks like. This smells so good. I can smell the lime, the cheese. I'm going to just pop a lid on that. And then, like I said, I'll pair it with some type of protein. This is basically a side dish for the week. We've got carbs, vegetables, all the good stuff in here. Again, all of the information will be here on the screen for you. So for dessert this week, I'm making 2 things. We're gonna do an air fryer strawberry crisp, and then I'm going to grill some fresh peaches. I love using fruit for dessert. It's just a great source of natural sugar that's very different than added sugar. So this is an excellent option for dessert. So let me show you what you'll need. So first for the peaches, you'll obviously need peaches. You can do 3 or 4 medium large peaches. You'll need pumpkin pie spice, brown sugar, and some light butter. And then for the strawberry crisp, you'll need rolled oats, strawberries, sugar, brown sugar, light butter, all-purpose flour, and vanilla extract. So the first thing we're going to do is put together the actual strawberry portion of our crisp. So I have my cut up strawberries. You want about a cup, diced up pretty small. Lola got 1 strawberry. So this is that entire pack minus 1 full strawberry. And then I have a tablespoon of melted light butter, some vanilla extract, 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour, and 2 tablespoons of sugar substitute of your choice. I use allulose. I love allulose. It's made from figs and raisins. I buy it right off of Amazon. I will link it for you. And then we're just going to stir this all together, get those strawberries coated in the sugar, flour, and butter. This recipe makes 2 little crisps, so you want 2 ramekins. We're going to divide our strawberries evenly in the 2 ramekins. Before we throw the strawberries in the air fryer, let's do our peaches so we can get those grilling at the same time. I'm using my MudWtr air fryer grill combo. I shared this in a meal prep a couple weeks ago. Love it. I'll show you guys it again. But we have a 1/4 cup of light brown sugar or brown sugar substitute and some pumpkin pie spice. And then I'm just going to mix that all together. I will say my peaches were very hard to cut. This one wasn't as ripe as these 2, so to cut them in half and remove the pit was a lot. So it might be better to have more of a less ripe peach, but we're gonna make it work. So I melted 1 tablespoon of light butter. I'm probably honestly not even gonna use all of this, but I'm just going to brush the cut half of the peach with the light butter. So I only ended up using maybe half a tablespoon. Then onto the grill pan that's part of my MudWtr air fryer, we're going to take the peaches and we're going to place them open side down. So the skin of the peach is facing up. You can skin your peaches if you want. I don't mind the skin, so I went ahead and left it on. Not to mention, that seems like even more of a challenge. So I left it on, and then we're going to sprinkle our peaches with about half of the brown sugar mixture. Reserve the other half. What I love about the MudWtr air fryer is it's dual meals with 1 air fryer. It allows you to choose the air fryer function in the upper compartment and roast function in the under compartment at the same time to sync the finish of 2 dishes, which basically means you can easily cook 2 dishes with different cuisine methods by using 1 air fryer. It has independent control, even heating with 3 elements in 2 separate baskets, toaster oven and air fryer, and precise zone temperature temperature control creates a crispy and juicy results. Air fryer basket is a large 6-quart basket, and the lower oven is a 5-quart baking pan that provides 11 quarts total of large capacity cooking. The air fryer has 8 preset menus: air fry, grill, dehydrate, bake, roast, broil, reheat, and toast. The app has 50 plus recipes at your fingertips. So while the strawberries are in the air fryer, I have 1/3 cup of rolled oats. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of brown sugar and 1 tablespoon of flour, 2 tablespoons of light butter, and then mix that all together, and that's going to be the topping for our strawberry crisp. So these strawberries have been in the air fryer for 7 minutes. And then we're going to add our topping to the ramekin. And then we're popping it back into our Medea air fryer for another 7 to 8 minutes. All right, let's pull these peaches out. Ooh, those are looking good. We're going to just flip them over so that the open side is up. And then we're going to sprinkle the remaining brown sugar on top. These look so incredibly good. Love my Medea air fryer because of the grill on the bottom. It makes grilling vegetables, meats, everything so easy, along with air frying all in one. So we're gonna pop that back in for about another 7 to 8 minutes. The air fryer is amazing for oil-free baking for ultimate crispiness. 360-degree high-speed hot air circulation drives the airflow all around the basket for a perfect golden finish and crispy, juicy, tender results every time. The 3D baking allows every surface to be perfectly toasted or grilled. Look at how amazing these look. The strawberries are so bubbly, and that'll make them extra sweet and like a syrup. Love the rolled oat crumb topping. So again, the recipe makes 2 servings. Cook them in your Medea air fryer. Love how large this basket is. You could actually fit 4 ramekins in here, potentially 5, but I will go ahead and pop up the information here on the screen for the strawberry crisp. And then look how amazing our peaches look. Oh my gosh. Love too that there's that grill option. It just makes it easy. You can cook 2 different meals in 1 air fryer. So less kitchen appliances, which is always good. And it's over 100 here, so we're not grilling outside. So the grill in my Medea air fryer, the oven portion makes it so easy. I'll go ahead and pop up the information here on the screen for the peaches. I will link the Medea air fryer down below for you with a major discount. I'll put all the information here on the screen for the discount. Perfect timing to pick this up. Thank you for joining me for this week's meal prep. I hope you are as excited about these 4 recipes as I am. Don't forget they are all on my website that is linked at the top of the description box, along with nutrition coaching, links and discounts to my favorite things, and of course, come join our Facebook group. We would love to have you. Happy Monday. Here's to a successful week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.